Hey guys, today is day 6 of working on my Python Arduino project. So today I have two new commands and it has to do with the timer, the clock app on Windows. So basically the new command is being able to set an alarm for any time. I do need to work on that though because right now it sets an alarm but it doesn't set an alarm like let's just say today's Monday, you can't say set an alarm 2 p.m. for Thursday. So I might need to work on that later. It sets an alarm for like basically it expects you to set an alarm for maybe 10 hours from now or 2 hours from now, like a reminder. Like for example, set an alarm for 2 p.m. when it's like 12 p.m. So like in 2 hours take a break, blah blah, something like that. And then also set a timer, and it basically also starts the timer, so set a timer for like 50 minutes and 30 seconds, or set a timer for 90 minutes, and 90 minutes it will convert it to 1 hour and 30 minutes. So I'm just going to show you how that works. And yeah, so let's see, this is the code here. So nothing new I imported. I don't believe I imported anything new. No. So it's mostly messing around with PyAutoGUI because yeah. And let me see. Oh, here. Okay, so this is the new commands I did. So set up alarm. So this is the first one, setting up an alarm. So basically if I say hey Bill and then I say alarm as well, and the reason why I have delete and remove is I might add something like remove alarm or delete alarm, something like that, but we'll have to see. So if I say hey Bill, set an alarm for blah 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 blah, right? Hey Bill, alarm is the the code here is that. So basically this will be executed. So it prints, so this is basically just for me to test. So it prints the raw words, and then it also prints the parsed, like the time and minutes that you get. So for example, if I play it, you won't be able to hear it, by the way, unless you might. If I say hey Bill, set an alarm for 1 p.m. Wait, hang on, let me think. Okay, wait, let me think. Hey Bill, set an alarm for 1:20 p.m. Okay, so yeah, it goes here, sets it for 1:20 p.m. Yeah, which is in 11 minutes. But yeah, let me just delete that real quick. But yeah, you can see how it works. So basically here it says 1:20 p.m., right? So basically they'll take this one and they'll take this 20. So this one will be assigned to the hour variable. This will be sent to the minute variable, and this is the parsed. And then PM here is if PM is in words. So if I said hey Bill, set an alarm for 1:20 p.m., they detect PM. AM PM is just P, or else if it's not PM, then it's probably AM. And then basically if you go to the clock app, if I just type A or P, it's gonna assign it to PM or AM. So like if I type here, if I do PM, oops, what the heck?
Timer for 1:20 p.m.
Oh, okay. I don't know why that. Maybe I'll just turn it off. But basically, yeah, if I set an alarm here, and if I do this, I click it. Oops. Let me try again. I click this, P or A, it switches them. So yeah, so over here, words equals words to replace this. So I'll replace it with the space bar. So it turns 10:05 p.m. to 10:05 p.m. And then I called the function this and assign it to time and hour. So if we scroll up here, we have this one for the clock app. So I think that's the only one. Yes. So basically what it means is that it's the same thing as the thing I did for words to int. So basically I get the whole words given. So basically if I said hey Bill, set an alarm for 10:05 p.m., it will cut every single one. So you split every single word. So hey Bill, set, all those are going to be individual words. So basically we'll test it. Can it be converted to a number? So if it's hey cannot be converted to a number, right? But 10, like 10:05, 10 can be converted to a number. 05 can be converted to a number as well. They'll all be added to the numbers. And then basically if there's nothing in there, basically we'll just indicate we cannot understand, basically because they did not process any numbers. So, and then we have to try the thing. So basically the first digit, the first value in the numbers list is definitely the hour. So that's going to be the hour. So we're going to assign it to time hour. And if the length of the nums is greater than 1, so that means if the list has 2 or more, that means that we have an hour, and then we also have a minutes. And the reason why I say greater than 1, not like equals 2, is because if we get like 25, right? Let's just say for some reason it doesn't process that, right? It says it gets, let's just say 1025, okay? Let's just say it processes it at 10 and then 20 and then 5. Like they think that 20 and the 5 are separate. That means that, so basically we join everything after the first one. So it would be 20 and 5, we'll combine them. And then we'll use the word to number thing. So word to number of 25 is just 25. And that'll be assigned to the minutes. And yeah, so that'll return the time hours and time minutes. If we scroll back down here, I think it's here, it'll be assigned there. And basically, if the time equals 0 and if the hours and minutes equal 0, like I said, we indicate it as it did not understand, so it could not understand. Or else that means we got some values. So basically this, I'll just show you the whole process. Basically it starts the MS clock, so it'll go here. It'll open it if it's not opened. And then we'll give it some, we always give it some delay just in case it clicks too fast and it just messes something up. So we move to this, the alarm option. So we click this, we move there, we click. So click, and then we click add alarm right here, and then click, and then basically moves to hour option. So basically it moves to hour option, and then it types whatever, like 12 or 05, you know, and then goes to the next one for the minutes, and then AM or PM, and then it basically says save. And then basically after this save, the alarm is set, and then basically it says added timer for time of the hour, time of the minute, AM or PM. So basically, I'll show you guys in the demo. It's gonna sound clean, I'd say. So the next one is set the timer. So it was a bit confusing, honestly. It took a bit of time. As you can see, there's quite a few lines of code. So over here, if we scroll up, set timer. So basically, if I say hey Bill, set a timer. So if they detect hey Bill and timer, this code will get executed. So words list equals words left split. So basically, hey Bill, set timer for, so I'll just type, if I said hey Bill, set a timer for, hey Bill, set timer for, let's say 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 1 second, right? So basically it'll split everything. So it'd be hey Bill, set time, you know, it'll split every word, and then basically it'll go through every single one. So basically I did the hour here, the minute, and the second. So basically the first thing we'll detect is the hour. So basically if hours in the list, right, it's right here, right? We look at the, okay, actually wait, yeah. So if hours in the list, then we set the time of hour to 1, because we can't say 2 hour. It's the only thing that'll say hour is 1 hour. But if it's multiple, if it's hours, so if it's 2, you can't say 2 hours, you gotta say 2 hours, okay? So if it's hours, basically it'll check, it'll find the word hours, and then basically it'll scan every word, and then basically time of the hours, it will find the value, not the value, sorry, the position of I minus 1. So this is I, and I minus 1 is this value right here. And if for a second it said 2, we would convert it to the int 2 using word to numbers, and that will be the time of hours. And if we didn't say any hours, right? If we just said 20 minutes and 30 seconds, right? This wasn't here, then we would think that there's no hours, right? So that's why hours is 0. And then basically for the minutes and the seconds, it's basically the same thing. And it looks a bit confusing here, but it's pretty simple. So basically, if minute is in word list, right? 1 minute, it would be 1 minute, right? It can't be 1 minutes, right? If it was minutes, it's probably more than 1 minute. So if I said, okay, so if word minutes, yeah, same thing. We find the position before it. So minutes, let me just move this here just so it's easier for you guys to see. Let's put that there. Yeah. So if I said, so minutes here, so it would find the position before that, 20, convert it to that. And let's just say I did 2 hours and 90 minutes, okay? That means that if temp is less than 60, time is just temp minute. Oh yeah, we signed this to temp minute because we're gonna do another check after this. So if it was like 35. That's less than 60. So the minutes is just 35. But if it was 90, we would say, or else, this is not true, right? So we'll go here. So time of the hour is equal to, we add 90 divided by 60, the integer of that, which is just 1, right? So we add 1 hour on top to the time of hour. So here it's 2 hours of time of hour. So we add 1 to that. So it would be 3 hours, right? And then basically the time of minute will be 90 minutes minus 1 times 60. So it would be 30 minutes remaining. So the minutes will be 30. And that's how we do it. So instead of 2 hours and 90 minutes, it would convert it to 3 hours and 30 minutes. And that makes sense. And that's basically it. Or else, like if you didn't say any minutes, if it didn't hear minutes, then you didn't say any minutes. That's like a word twist. It's not a word twist. Okay, whatever. So last one. I'll explain this later. But basically the seconds, same thing. It converts it to minutes if the seconds is greater than 60, etc. And then basically it'll start the clock. And it's the same thing. So start the clock. Go to the timer. Click it. Let me just delete these timers. Click it and then go add new timer. Do the stuff. 3 hours. Let's just say it types 30 minutes. 1 second. It saves it. And then here is where, so basically the problem with the clock app is that there's no hotkey to actually start the timer right away. So what I had to do some tweaking. So like I had to do some testing. So basically doing a lot of tabs. Sometimes it was very inconsistent. So if I had 2 timers, right, the tabbing would be very different. Like you can't even tab into this one here. Let me set a time so I can just prove it. Yeah, see, you can't even go to the start button here. So basically the one thing that worked was if I click here, right? I click right here just to unexit, kind of, and I do shift tab 3 times. 1, 2, 3. It goes to the start button. I just click spacebar and it starts. And it doesn't matter how many once I start. So if I do this, I click here to exit out. 1, 2, 3, spacebar, and that works. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So basically you can see here, I click off to here. That's this positioning here. I tab 3 times. And then I click space, and then I also click off just in case. I click off again just in case I want to do anything after again. And then basically here, this is where the audio, the speaking thing. So I want it to sound pretty elegant, so I had to add extra things. So if you see here, okay. So if so these are for audio minute purposes, yeah. So basically, if the time is equal to 1, the audio minute will equal to minute. So basically, if you see here, I'm sorry if this is so confusing, but basically, if time of hour equals 0, then we don't say any hour. This will be just nothing. So or else it would be speak hour of time hour, audio hour. So time hour, let's just say it's 3 hours, right? It'll be 3, and then audio hour is up here. So if it's just hour, audio would be hour. If it was hours, it would be hours. So 3, so it would lie into this category if it was 3 hours. So audio hour would be hours. So here, speak hour would be 3 hours. And then basically that speaks it here. And it's the same thing over and over again. And yeah, it's just that. So I'm really sorry if this is so confusing. It's really not that confusing. It's just I'm really bad at explaining things. But hopefully throughout this journey, I actually can start explaining things easier. And yeah, that was the demo. Alright, so this is day 6 demo. So I'm just going to start it up.
Welcome, Daniel.
Okay, so hey Bill, set volume to 100.
Volume number.
I don't know why it's not understanding me. Hey Bill, set volume to 100.
Set volume to 100.
Okay, so now you guys can hear it. So the 2 new things is the timer and alarm. So, hey Bill, set an alarm for 3 p.m.
Could not understand.
Okay, let me show you again. Hey Bill, set an alarm for 3 p.m. Okay, let's see.
Added timer for 3:00 p.m.
So that works, and it's 1:33 p.m. So that does work. So, Hey Bill, set an alarm for 3:32 p.m.
Could not understand.
Let me try again. Hey Bill, set an alarm for 3:32 p.m.
Added timer for 3:32 p.m.
Okay, so now that works. So now the only thing I want to do is timer. So let me just close it so we can see. Hey Bill, set a timer for 1 hour and 90 minutes. Hey Bill, set a timer for 1 hour and 90 minutes.
Added
So
timer
weird.
for
What
1
the heck?
hour.
Wait. Hey Bill, set a timer for 90 minutes. Let's see if it works this time. Why does 90
Added
minutes
timer
why
for-
does 90 minutes not work? That's weird. Okay, so I made some changes. So over here, when I'm setting up alarm, instead of added timer, I just change it back to added alarm because that's a better way of saying it. And then the second one is the modulo here. So if 10 minute is 90, right? Yeah, 90 divided by 60 is 1.5. But then the integer value of that would be 1. So it'd be 1 hour. And then the remaining 90 modulo 60 would be 30. So the time minutes would be 30 seconds. Because 90 modulo 60 would be 30. And yeah, let me just show you guys how that works. So let's just start the timer.
Welcome,
Start timer, I mean
Daniel.
run the code. If I say, let's just say, hey Bill, set a timer for 92 seconds. I don't know why that does
Timer
that
for-
sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't include the seconds. So let's try it again. Hey Bill, set a timer for 92 seconds. There, now it works. So
Added timer for 1 minute 32 seconds.
So 92 seconds is just 1 minute and 32 seconds. So that works. Hey Bill, set a timer for 1 hour, 92 minutes, and 60 seconds.
Added timer for 2 hour 33 minutes.
2 hour 33. So let's just see here. It would be, okay, well, yeah, you see I said some words, but they only look at the seconds. Okay, here. It would be, hey Bill, set a timer for 1 hour, 92 minutes, and 60 seconds. So 60 seconds would be modulo 0, and then it would be 1 minute, so it would be 93 minutes. 93 minutes modulo 60 would be 33. So that's 33 minutes and 2 hours. And if we go here, it started at 2 hours and 33 minutes, so that works. And yeah, this is how it works.